My name is Bernard. I've been working in the cybersecurity field for over 20 years, with just as many years of education. There is a war going on that we are losing. I don't mean America or any other country. Every connected device and human on the planet are participants in this war, whether we like it or not. This war is happening through the networks, straight to our very identities. The attackers are unseen, and most people lack the proper knowledge to defend. Cyber war news is happening now! This is Cyber War News Now, reporting on the cyber war for May 9th. Current top headlines are, click it and you are fired. Cyber Command is taking action, finally. And Middle East is heating up, literally. Let's discuss what is happening in the field. What if clicking an email phishing link could get you fired? Cyber hygiene is such a problem for the Navy that the service is considering sanctions for personnel who lack basic cyber hygiene. One of the biggest problems the Navy has is one of the least costly to address, which is just hygiene. And that's an education campaign to make sure people understand how critical cybersecurity is. Some private companies employ internal phishing campaigns, and if an employee can be terminated if they take the bait a certain number of times. The Navy is looking at punitive measures for users to get them to take cybersecurity seriously. They're looking at ways to create sanctions for people for not following hygiene. They're not trying to be draconian, but the ramifications of not having tight controls over their data are pretty dramatic. At the end of the day, it ends up costing people's lives. So we have to just get people more seriously about thinking about cyber in that way. Currently, the Navy doesn't have anyone looking at how all the pieces fit together. The Navy completed a cybersecurity review in March that pinpointed areas in need of improvement. The report found that annual training was far too basic and one size fits all, and underemphasizes the realities of the cyber threat, to the point that the workforce is led to believe that cybersecurity is simply a matter of routine compliance, which enables seeing security practices such as password protection and email vigilance as needlessly burdensome. Being prior Navy myself, this is not surprising. Really, Navy? The click as fast as you can to complete the computer-based training isn't working? I wonder why. Cyber Command is finally taking some aggressive action against the enemies of America. In the wake of a first-of-its-kind military operation that defense officials have credited with helping safeguard last year's midterm elections, the Pentagon's Cyber Command is hunting inside other countries' networks for threats and to gain insights to thwart foreign interference in the 2020 campaign. Codenamed Synthetic Theology, last year's operation leveraged new authorities granted by the President and Congress, enabling U.S. agencies to become more aggressive in foreign cyberspace in defense of the nation. Cyber Command is continuing its close relationship with the National Security Agency and working to build partnerships with other nations, other U.S. agencies, and American industry. The two entities work side by side, sharing intelligence and coordinating operations in a sophisticated facility that opened in September at Fort Meade, Maryland. Inside the Joint Operations Center, American civilian military personnel partner alongside representatives from other agencies and from the United States' closest allies, including Britain and Australia, charting cyber forces and targets worldwide. Aided by NSA intelligence, Cyber Command's midterm operations successfully blocked Russian trolls looking at the infamous Internet Research Agency from posting divisive messages on U.S. social media in an effort to sow discord among Americans as they went to the polls in November. The several-day operation to knock out the trolls' internet access so frustrated them that they complained to their system administrators about the disruption. The U.S. effort also entailed Cyber Command personnel direct messaging Russian and Russian military hackers trolls in October to obliquely warn them not to interfere in other nations' affairs. To compete in the cyberspace against the adversaries, malicious cyber actors, we've got to be out there every day and we have to be in contact with them, according to Cyber Command. It means enabling non-defense department networks to protect themselves. Whether they belong to private critical infrastructure operators or foreign allies, it also means being prepared to impose costs through offensive cyber operations if directed. But defense is also critical to the strategy. Last year, Cyber Command personnel operated in the networks of Ukraine, Macedonia, and Montenegro, which was being targeted by Russia to help those countries identify foreign malicious activity. That malware was then shared by Cyber Command with U.S. industry through a malware sharing platform called VirusTotal. We viewed it as a really good way for us at low cost to gain a deep understanding of how our adversaries are operating, but also to raise costs for them and simultaneously protect some of our allies. It was something we had not done before, according to Cyber Command. Before Congress changed the law last year, Cyber Command was not authorized to take actions inside a non-defense department network overseas as part of traditional defensive military activity. American government has joined the cyber war. Let's hope NSA doesn't lose their tools to Chinese again. Security solutions provider FireEye has said that Russia and Iran are looking to conduct disruptive cyber attacks on operational technology, or OT for short, targets in the Middle East in a bid to disrupt industrial production. OT consists of machinery equipment, assets monitoring systems, and industrial control systems. Triton is the third known notorious malware focused on disrupting physical equipment. The first was Stuxnet, known to have been developed by the US and Israel to sabotage Iran's nuclear ambitions, while the second one was the Iranian malware known as Shamu-1 in 2012, which reportedly destroyed thousands of computers at Saudi gas company and Qatar's Rasgas. Shamoon 2 made similar attacks in 2016 and 2017, while Shamoon 3 made a new wave of attacks against targets in the Middle East oil and gas plants in December of 2018. The U.S. introduced sanctions on Iran in November of 2018, but gave a waiver to 8 nations: India, China, Turkey, Greece, Italy, Japan, Taiwan, and South Korea. So far, we have seen limited capability from Iran to take disruptive actions against the U.S., despite the increase in sophistication and volume of attacks, while security and maturity in the region are lower, according to CyberEye. Moreover, it was said that Iran targets Saudi Arabian and regional oil and gas industries, but Iran is finding it difficult to have the same impact it did in 2012 and 2013. The countries are believed to have the most developed cyber warfare activities are United States, Israel, China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea. But FireEye said that Pakistan and Turkey are becoming active this year. When Iranian malware is not carrying out attacks against their targets, they are conducting espionage and stealing data. Moreover, Russia will continue to conduct operations via social media on fake news, as it did with the U.S. elections, and through more covert operations such as hacking and tactically leaking data in ways that may sow discord, including the Middle East. If you weren't paying attention, the countries previously listed are the main players in the cyber war. As more countries join the fray, the more collateral damage will be experienced. Better keep your security controls up to date. In a war we cannot see, knowledge is your only defense. Stay safe and stay secure. We will see you next time. I hope this video provided you with current information to prepare a cyber defense strategy. Please provide a like and don't forget to share with those you care about. If you'd like me to discuss a specific issue or have a question, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and all of my social media outlets so you don't miss any of the top news from the cyber war. Thanks for watching.